Hello and welcome to Midstate Magazine. That's Matt Doherty.
Hi.
I'm Molly Mishler.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right. Kind of cold back here.
It is a little chilly.
I know I'm not going to name names, but a famous talk show host who always complains about his studio being cold, I kind of feel like him now. You know what I'm talking about? A little cold.
Yeah.
Play a little guessing game.
I don't want to guess.
I'm just kidding. So what's new?
So I got a little something new.
All right. What's going on?
Recently, I went to the Paul McCartney concert.
In Chicago?
In Chicago.
How'd that work out for you?
It was very cool.
Good.
Very cool. It was very crowded, and there was this woman that was standing next to me. Like, it made me feel real young.
I was going to say you were probably the youngest person there, weren't you?
Yeah. No. Well, I don't know.
I mean, I like Paul McCartney, but I would assume his
following.
Yeah, is probably, I don't know, what would you say, 35 and older, maybe?
Probably older than
Older
that,
than that?
I would
there
say.
you go. Anyway.
But I mean, it was the woman sitting next to me. It was her birthday, first of all, which was, happy birthday to her. But then she goes, "I saw them in 1964." I'm like,
sweet.
That's awesome. But then I was like, I'm 22.
Sweet.
It was kind of funny, but it was good.
Did she enjoy herself?
She looked like she was enjoying
Was
herself.
she-
That's all that counts.
Got a little birthday present from Paul McCartney, did she? A little special song or something?
No.
I know your favorite Paul McCartney song is Blackbird.
He played it.
Yeah, did he?
Yes.
There you go. Is it Blackbird or Blackbirds?
Blackbird.
Just singular?
Can you say that again, please?
I'm quitting.
Talking?
I'm a little tongue-tied. Can you handle the next 28 minutes on your own?
Probably not. I'm not gonna lie.
you go.
No, he did play Blackbird. He played a
Did he
lot
play
of
Hey
songs.
Jude?
Yeah, he played
Of
Hey
course.
Jude and Let It Be at the very end.
I've figured.
Yeah, it was and he played. He had a good mix of like Wings songs and then Beatles and then
How many encores?
2.
2 encores. Way
Two
to go, Paul
encores.
McCartney.
He's a stud, dude.
Good for him. You know who else is a stud?
Please
Our
tell
news
me.
team. Paige and Chad and CJ.
Let's go.
Welcome to Midstate News. I'm Chad Hecht.
And I'm Paige Cohn. In educational news, Central Illinois schools will get a chance to participate in the Smithsonian Scholar Program in the fall of 2002. The program will give approximately 24 schools in the Peoria County and District 150 the opportunity to learn about topics from Hollywood musicals to science from 3 Smithsonian scholars that will visit October 2nd through 4th. This 3-year program, which has been in place nationally for almost 2 years, is coming to Peoria partially due to the close connection between Lakeview Museum and the Smithsonian Institution. Before the completion of the 3 years, a total of 15 cities all over the nation will participate.
In local news, women are joining forces to build homes for area families and neighborhoods. The first all-women building team, the Women Build Group, is preparing to begin construction in April on a new home for the Habitat for Humanity volunteer program. More than 200 women have volunteered to be a part of this groundbreaking event. Sue Arnholt, co-chair of the Women Build Group, said that the program, A House Built for Women by Women, will help change the concept of housework. The women must complete a number of training sessions before the real event in April. The Habitat for Humanity program has built more than 30 homes in the greater Peoria area since it began here in 1989.
Media freedoms are something journalists in this country take for granted. Some nations struggle just to get the truth out. Earlier today, Ryan Campen sat down with Dr. Francis Kosoma, a professor from Africa who knows this situation all too well.
Good evening. I'm Ryan Campen, and this evening I'm speaking with Dr. Francis Kosoma from the University of Zambia. Dr. Kosoma has just written his 5th book, Community Radio, and its management and organization in Zambia. Dr. Kosoma, welcome.
Good evening, and good evening, viewers.
All right. I'm sure that a lot of our viewers aren't familiar with Zambia, so why don't you tell me a little bit about your country?
Fine. Zambia is the size of Texas. As a matter of fact, it happens to be in the same longitude. In other words, Zambia is as far from the equator, south rather, as Texas is as far from the equator in the north. Almost same population. Zambia is 10.5 million. Its main economic base is copper. We have been one of the top 5 producers of copper in the world ever since I was born.
Fantastic. All right. Well, there's been a lot of major political upheaval in Zambia over the past 30, 40 years. In the 1960s, you declared your independence from Great Britain, and a schism changed where it became a dictatorship. And recently, within the last 15 years or so, it turned into democracy. How is that? You're a professor of media studies at the University of Zambia. How has that affected the media systems and the freedom of speech rights and whatnot? How has that affected the media in Zambia?
Good question. Yes, at the dawn of the 1990s, 1990 to be precise, we suddenly saw a proliferation of newspapers, basically tabloids, privately owned. Before that, we hardly had any private newspapers. All the newspapers in Zambia that mattered, except one, were owned by the government. The one exception was owned by the churches, the Christian churches. Before 1990, broadcasting in Zambia was totally government. There was only one broadcasting station, the government-owned station, which had both radio and television. At the dawn of the 1990s, particularly 5 years or so later, 1996-95, we saw a start of privately owned broadcasting stations, mainly radio broadcasting stations. So we have a situation now where we have a combination of government-owned stations, broadcast and radio and television broadcasting stations. We have a situation where we have government-owned newspapers, 2 daily newspapers to be precise, and side by side we have privately owned broadcasting stations, mainly radio, and privately owned newspapers, mainly tabloid newspapers, 1 daily and about a dozen or so weeklies. So that's quite a change in that Zambians, for once since independence, have had this chance to see or to hear the other side of the story, so to speak. Before that, we only heard and saw one side of the story, which was the government side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so that's so the freedom of speech. Is there a freedom of speech with your democracy? Is that something that's available to the or is it completely controlled by the government? What we see in here, or what you would see in here in Zambia?
Freedom of speech, of course, Zambia has freedom of speech, and it was enhanced even more after the start of the 1990s. But we didn't have much of freedom of the press, which, as far as I'm concerned, is different from freedom of expression, although related. So we see an improvement, a much greater improvement on freedom of the press after the 1990s, certainly.
Okay. Well, thank you very, very much for talking tonight. You know, we've learned a lot about Zambia, and I think that the viewership will be very, very pleased to do about this. The book is Community Radio, Its Management and Organization in Zambia. And this has been Dr. Francis P. Kasoma from the University of Zambia. And so thank you very much for coming tonight. It's been very fantastic getting a chance to speak with you. I'm very delighted that I've had this opportunity. And for Midstate News, I'm Ryan Campen. Now back to you, Chad and Paige.
In health news, experts all over the world are worried about what to do with the aging population. A number of predictions show that by the year 2150, 1/3 of the world's population will be older than 60. Also, if the current trends continue, in 50 years, the number of people over 60 will triple, putting the figures at 2 billion seniors. Experts warn that with figures like these, the world may experience an economic crisis due to the decreasing numbers of tax-paying workers compared to the use of the national budget to provide retirement and health benefits. To discuss solutions for the problem, representatives from 160 countries gathered this month for a 5-day United Nations conference in Madrid. The meeting, just one of many that has been arranged worldwide, will address the issues of elderly benefits and the aging process, to name a few.
In local news, a Central Illinois teacher brought recognition to the Dunlap School District. Colleen Martin, a 5th grade teacher at Wilder Waite Elementary School, was one of 4 teachers in the state of Illinois and the only one from Central Illinois to earn the 2001 Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. One teacher from each state was selected for the categories of elementary science, secondary science, elementary math, and secondary math. Martin, who has been teaching in the Dunlap School District for nearly 30 years, is said to be a leader in science-related curriculum for the district. She joined others that were honored in Washington, D.C. for a tour of the nation's capital and a chance to hobnob with the nation's elite teachers.
And then we also went back on Friday and shared all of our ideas. We had to make a big poster of our project and bring some handouts to give people. And so that sharing session was wonderful. We got to go around and see what everyone else had done, and here are some of the best ideas in the country. And we got copies of them. So we can bring those back and use them and share them.
Along with the trip, each recipient earned $7,500 for his or her school. The trip, Martin said, gave her a chance to see many ideas that have been used by teachers all over the nation. And now let's go to CJ with sports. CJ?
Paige, Chad. As we all know, college tennis is not exactly considered to be a major powerhouse in college athletics. But to Coach Drew Barrett in his first full season as coach, the youth of the team and good recruitment are 2 of the ways that can propel Bradley Tennis into conference standings. In a recent interview with Coach Barrett, I found out just what's in store for the Bradley Tennis program.
Everyone knows who Pete Sampras is and who Andre Agassi is, but who is Paul Cragen or Jamin Klotz? Well, they are part of the Bradley Tennis team, a team that is at the young stage of development. Coach Drew Barrett tells us about his youthful squad.
We have 4 freshmen, 1 sophomore and 1 senior. The 4 freshmen are starting, so that makes it interesting. Very young team we've noticed so far this year. Seeing some really good play out of actually all of them. Paul, who's from Zimbabwe, has done a great job this year, and Mario, who was a local player of the year out of Middle Illinois and from Croatia, and he's done pretty well, has improved his game. And Mark Muskovich, who's our 4, broke his foot earlier on and is coming back this weekend, so that's a good thing. But he was one of my most consistent players in the fall, so with him back and then a walk-on, we're really improving this year, competing well, not winning some matches, but pushing teams that we've never pushed before. So
tennis is not an easy game, but watching these guys hit the ball back and forth and run all over the court, they make it look so easy, but so tiring as well, especially a match that goes to an extra tiebreaker, like the one between Paul Cragen and a Creighton player. Paul came out on top though, 10-7. So next time you're taking a stroll down Bradley Avenue, stop by and maybe you'll see me hitting the ball around. I may not be good at tennis, but I bet I can beat Matt Doherty. For Midstate Sports, I'm CJ Moran.
The Bradley Tennis team has struggled thus far, only going 5-14. They look to carry some momentum in the conference tournament by improving on their season record. And finally tonight, attention all you wannabe basketball coaches out there. You can get right back in line because Bradley men's basketball finally hired their man, and it's Jim Less, the graduate and former player was hired last Monday, and Paige and Chad, he got to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" on Tuesday at Wrigley Field. What a nice job for him.
Thanks, CJ. Finally tonight, our oddly enough story puts an interesting twist to the thoughts of anthrax threats. As a part of a geography project, a 2nd grade class at Cuba Elementary School in Canton sent the traveling Teddy to friends and family all over the country. But when the bear arrived at the home of Bill Millington, a Florida resident, the Teddy wasn't so welcome. Millington flipped out and called the police to have the bear taken away and investigated for possible anthrax contamination. The Teddy has traveled 2,100,000 miles in 2 years and has never experienced anything like this before.
Yeah, stuffed animals scare me a little bit. I'm in the same boat with Mr. Millington there. I think I may have it sent away as well. So that's all. But this is enough for Midstate News this week. I'm Chad Hecht.
And I'm Paige Cohn. Back to you, Molly and Matt.
Thank you, Paige, Chad, and CJ.
So are you going to take that threat?
Not,
CJ?
not lightly. Let's go, CJ.
What kind of
Right in the studio right now. I don't care.
Talk about that tennis racket.
We'll move everything. Hey,
For a second.
I got a nicer one in the car, but I forgot to bring it in, so I had to get this one. I'll beat him with this. We just moved the new set. We moved our set out of the way. We'll set up all the lights. Let's go.
You could have a little match.
I'll take him down.
You think you can?
I used
have
to,
you ever played tennis?
Sort of.
With that racket?
No. I'm not so much good at tennis, but I'm confident in my abilities to beat CJ. I used to, when I was in high school, not that I'm going to admit this in case I have any high school teachers that may be watching, which I don't
They
think
might
so.
be.
Yeah.
That is a
But
travel
we used to skip class and then we'd go to the tennis courts and play tennis. I don't know why.
You'd skip class and then play tennis?
Yeah. I don't know why,
That's pretty interesting.
but we did it.
I used to play tennis when I was younger.
How'd that work out?
Good. So you know what we got to do now?
I think so.
Go to About Town.
Sweet.
We are here in Galesburg, Illinois, at the birthplace of the famous writer and poet Carl Sandburg. To tell us a little history about this historic site, we spoke to volunteer Steve Holden.
The cottage was built in 1863 by a German immigrant who repaired freight cars for the railroad. He in turn sold the house to August Sandburg, Carl's father, in 1873. The Sandburg family lived in the home only 5 years, from 1874 to 1879, but that's where Carl and his older sister Mary were born.
Many of the pieces of furniture that can be found in the cottage are originals.
Many of the pieces did actually belong to the Sandburg family. Those that aren't from the family are at least of the period, from 1870 to 1890. The Singer sewing machine that you probably saw in the bedroom did belong to his mother, Clara. The dresser in the bedroom came from her side of the family. The washstand, the kitchen table, and the larger chairs are also from the family.
The visitor center next door to the cottage also has some history of its own.
It was a home originally, built again by another railroad worker, a German immigrant who built bridges for the railroad. But it was built in 1858, about 5 years before the cottage. But we now have a room where we show a 15-minute video, and our little museum store is there, and our exhibits are in this hall.
While visiting Carl Sandburg's birthplace, many visitors also come to see where he was laid to rest, Remembrance Rock. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Kendra Cruz, and now back to you, Matt and Molly.
Thank you, Kendra.
And we're back.
That was a nice rock.
What?
I'm very happy
I was
rock.
a little confused by that rock at the end.
He's very happy in his little home there at the Carl Sandburg mansion, if you will. Mansion. Little shack. Bungalow.
It was, I mean, as long as he was happy in his little home.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Hey, I wanted to ask you about the LD Enough story.
Yeah.
Some guy got a teddy bear in the mail, and he was afraid that it was covered in anthrax. Like, what is with this guy's ego that he thinks he's so important that somebody wants to give him anthrax? It's not like he's like a state senator or like the vice president or something.
No, I
He's
think he was just a random guy.
just some dude.
I don't know.
That doesn't make
maybe
any sense.
He just, I think he thought maybe there was anthrax in the teddy bear. Like, you know, wasn't there a TV show at one time when somebody put
Anthrax
something
in a
in
teddy
it?
bear?
Not anthrax, but I don't know where I'm going
Maybe.
with that.
I don't
But
know.
he flipped out.
I don't know. All right.
We're
going to go to State of Arts.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hello and welcome to yet another State of the Arts. I'm Martha Zebrowski. And with me today are Bread and Circuses, here to play their song A Night in Spain. And that was an awesome rendition played by Bread and Circuses. And that's it for this week's edition of State of the Arts. Back to you, Matt and Molly.
Here's a look at the state of the arts in your world this week. On Thursday, April 18th, Youth Theater presents Where the Red Fern Grows at 9:30 and noon at the Peoria Civic Center. Tickets are $4. Call 673-3200.
And on Monday, April 22nd, the Bradley Women's Choir will give a concert at Dingledine Music Center starting at 7:30 p.m. Admission is free to the public. Please call 677-2595.
And
We have that. And it's time for questions from the audience.
okay.
Time for 2 questions?
Yeah.
Should I go first?
Go for it.
All right.
Field the first one.
Back
Right there.
Good question. What are our plans for the weekend?
You go first.
It's still only Tuesday.
Sometimes we like to plan ahead.
I do have a little something marked on my calendar on Saturday, which is the 20th of April. I'm going to the Madison Theater, where Trudat, local band Trudat, is playing a benefit concert for the Children's Miracle Network.
Really?
So that'll be nice.
Yeah.
So Madison Theater, I think it starts at 9. I'm going to be down there. You got plans yet?
It's Tuesday. I can't plan that early.
I'm just saying. I had plans. I don't know.
Can't plan that far ahead.
All right. You want to take the
Yeah,
next
I
one?
think we got time for one more.
All right.
There's one right back there.
That's the same guy, isn't it? You got a lot of questions from him. A lot of questions from him today.
He wants to know that he notices something different at the end of the show.
All right.
That you do.
All right.
And he wants to know if you have a habit of throwing things at home.
It's
always been a problem for you?
It is something that I've started doing as the credits roll, as the credits take us home, as I like to say. Throwing things at camera 2. It just kind of started on the Easter show, the spring
Yeah, you
show.
threw some eggs.
We had little Easter eggs here, and they were kind of annoying. So I just threw them at the camera, and I thought I'd get them out of here. And then from there, it's awesome. But now it is time to let the credits take us home.
Yeah.
Time
Take
to say
care.
bye.
But you have something to throw now.
I'm going to save it. It's a little surprise. I don't want to
Don't worry.
give it up right now.
It's a good thing you haven't thrown me yet. Sometimes I think I annoy you.
They don't let us get out of the chairs, otherwise